Welcome back. This is video 2 in our SOC series. In video 1, we looked at what a security operations center is and who sits inside it. Now we look at what the work actually feels like hour by hour. The map on screen shows the 4 things we will cover. How a SOC keeps running 24/7 all around the world. How one shift hands its work over to the next. What a good handover looks like using a real ransomware case. And the numbers leadership uses to score the team. Let's start with the clock. A SOC runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and the reason is simple. Attackers do not keep office hours. Nobody breaks into a company at 9 in the morning and stops at 5. Many attacks happen at night, on weekends, and on public holidays, because that is when fewer people are watching. So the team is usually split by region, so that somewhere in the world, someone is always awake and looking at the screen. A very common setup is 3 shifts of 8 hours each, named after the part of the world they sit in. APAC, meaning Asia Pacific. EMEA, meaning Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. And AMER, meaning the Americas. But that is not a rule. The exact setup depends on the company. Some use 3 shifts. Some use 4. What is turning on the screen is called Follow the Sun. When the Asia-Pacific team reaches the end of its day, it does not close the work and go home. It passes the work to Europe. When Europe finishes, it passes the work to the Americas. And when the Americas finish, the work comes back around to Asia-Pacific, where a fresh team is just starting. The clock keeps moving, and the screen never goes unwatched. Now, here's something that surprises most beginners. The most dangerous minute of the day is not the middle of the night. It is the moment one shift ends and the next one begins. That moment has a name. We call it the handover. The team going home tells the team arriving what is happening right now. Picture a relay race. One runner is finishing tired, and the next runner is fresh. The race is not decided by how fast they run. It is decided by the baton. Passed cleanly, the race continues at full speed. Dropped, and everything stops. In a SOC, the baton is information. So remember this one idea. The arriving team should never start from 0. So what goes into a good handover? You can see the parts on screen. The open tickets and the name of the person who owns each one. Because a ticket with no owner is a ticket nobody is working on. What is proven and what is still only a guess? That one matters a lot. If you present a feeling as a fact, the next team will build their whole plan on sand. What was already done and what should be done next? Then the quiet cases, the ones that look calm right now, but could blow up in a few hours. And finally, who has already been called for help. The arriving team needs to know who is already in the room. Let's take a real case, and let us look at it done badly first. This is a ransomware case. Ransomware is malicious software that locks up a company's files and then demands money to unlock them. The ticket is Incident 5120. The affected computer is called FIN-WK S104, which tells you it is a workstation in the finance department. And here is the entire handover the night shift wrote. Machine was handled. Check tomorrow. Now think about what the arriving team does not know. They do not know what handle means. Was the computer taken off the network, or switched off, or scanned? They do not know if it is contained, which means stop from spreading. They do not know which other machines are affected. So they may repeat work that was already done. Or worse, they read the word handled, assume everything is safe, and leave a live attacker inside the company for another 8 hours. Now, the same case, handed over properly. A good handover answers 4 questions. What was done? The workstation FIN-WK S104 was isolated from the network at 2240 UTC. Why was done? Because 2 separate tools confirmed that files were being encrypted, so we cut it off before it reached the file server. What evidence was collected? A full memory capture, the running process list, and 12 hours of firewall logs, all attached to the ticket. And what to do next? Check the 2 other finance machines that contacted the same address, and wait for the malware analysis, expected around 6 in the morning. Read that, and the arriving team is working in 2 minutes instead of 2 hours. And it is not enough to say all of this out loud. It goes into the ticket system in writing. The ticket system is simply the shared tool where every case lives. Look at the fields on screen. The action, meaning what was actually done. Who did it? So a name is attached to every step. When it was done, why it was done, the reason behind the decision, and the evidence, the proof behind it. Think of a doctor writing notes in a patient file. The next doctor has never met this patient, but the notes let them carry on safely. Later there will be an incident review, also called a post-mortem, which is just a meeting afterwards where the team studies what happened. In that meeting, nobody remembers what they said at 3 in the morning. They only have what they wrote. When an incident is big, the small jobs pile up fast. Reset that password, block that address, collect those logs. So the team keeps an action tracker, one simple table where every job is written down so nothing is forgotten. The columns on screen are the action, the owner, the time it was raised, the status, and a link to the evidence. There are 5 statuses. To do, agreed, but not started. In progress, someone is working on it now. Completed, finished with the proof attached. Blocked, it cannot move forward. And obsolete, it is no longer needed. 2 rules go with this table. Blocked and obsolete items always need a reason written next to them. Blocked because we are waiting for the network team is useful. Blocked on its own is useless. And every action links to its evidence, so anyone can check it later without asking you. A short note here. Handovers and trackers are one small part of a much bigger subject called incident management. If you want to learn how an incident is run from start to finish, the investigation lifecycle, the response process, and how teams coordinate under pressure, there's a full incident management course on Cyber-Eye.education. Now the second half, the numbers. At some point, someone above the SOC will ask a very fair question. Are we getting better or worse? A feeling is not an answer. So a SOC measures a few specific times, and those measurements are called metrics. Before we go through them, please hear this clearly. These numbers are not there to punish people. They exist to show where the process is slow. If it always takes 4 hours to reach the person who can approve shutting down a server, that is not a lazy analyst. That is a broken process, and the number is what proves it. The first one is written MTTD. It stands for mean time to detect. Mean is just another word for average. Detect means notice. So this is the average time between the attack starting and the team noticing that something is wrong. Back to our ransomware case. The attacker got in at 10 past 2 in the morning, but the security tool did not raise an alert until 12 minutes past 10. Take one from the other, and the mean time to detect is 8 hours and 2 minutes. For 8 hours and 2 minutes, someone was moving inside the company, and nobody knew. Next is dwell time. To dwell somewhere means to stay there. So dwell time is how long the attacker stayed inside before being kicked out. In our case, 8 hours and 20 minutes. Why does this matter so much? Because an attacker inside your network is not sitting still. Every extra hour, they look at more systems, steal more passwords, copy more files, and reach more valuable machines. A short dwell time usually means one computer to clean. A long dwell time can mean the whole company. Small numbers here are good news. Then comes MTTR, mean time to respond and recover. This one is measured from the moment the alert appears to the moment normal service is back. Not when the attacker was stopped, but when the business is genuinely working again. In our case, 5 hours and 48 minutes. The team investigated, isolated the machine, cleaned it, restored the files from backup, and gave the finance team their computer back. Many teams also split this in two. Mean time to respond, how quickly we acted, and mean time to recover, how quickly the business was back to normal. Now, let us lay the whole case on a line. 6 stages, and you can see them on screen. Detection. A tool notices something wrong and raises an alert. Triage. Triage is a word borrowed from hospitals. When many patients arrive at once, someone quickly sorts them by how serious they are. Here it means a fast look at the alert to decide, is this real and how urgent is it? Assessment. Now we look properly. What is happening, which machines are touched, and how bad could this get? Containment. Stop the attacker spreading any further, usually by cutting the affected computer off the network. Eradication. Eradication means removing the attacker completely. Not just closing the door, but deleting the malicious files, stopping the running processes, and removing any hidden way back in. In recovery. Systems back to normal, files restored, people back at work. You will also see 2 numbers in brackets on that line. The first is mean time to triage, the time from the alert appearing to someone understanding it and sorting it correctly. Here, 8 minutes. The second is mean time to containment, the time from the alert to the attacker being stopped from spreading. Here, 18 minutes. If you can only improve one number in your whole SOC, improve that second one. Detection tells you the attack exists. Containment is the moment the damage stops growing. Every minute before containment, the problem gets bigger. After it, you are cleaning up a problem of a fixed size. Here is the short version to keep in your head. A good handover means the next team knows what happened, what was done, why it was done, and what to do next. And the metrics are really asking only 2 questions. How fast did we notice? And how fast did we stop it? So that is life on shift. A SOC runs around the clock because attackers do not keep office hours, and the work follows the sun from one region to the next. Each shift passes the baton through a handover, and the arriving team should never start from zero. A good handover says what was done, why, with what evidence, and what comes next. And the metrics show leadership where the process is slow, not who to blame. If you want the full course with hands-on labs where you write a handover yourself and get feedback on it, everything is at Siberai.education. If this helped you, please subscribe. In video 3, we look at the tools and how an alert actually reaches your screen. Thank you for watching.